our best fighters are on the sidelines now, and we're stuck with Nami and Chopper. And it's like, what are they going to do in the fight? Is she going to show the titties, and hopefully that'll distract them? That's our best bet. That's too long of a pause.
The pause says it all, doesn't it, folks?
And once again, boy, Oda sure is hornier these chapters these days. What kind of dress can I put her in?
Bienvenidos, Minasan. Welcome to another rousing episode of the Otaku podcast. I'm your host with the most, Miles. That's me, Miles.
That's you, yes.
The man on the tickling ivories over here is Ray across.
Okay, well, I'm tickling ivy. I hope we're talking about a piano.
Yeah, of course I'm talking about piano.
I do it everything. I'm driving buses. I'm cooking away. Now I'm a pianist. Every day I'm like...
You're a jack of all trades. Right?
Apparently.
I tell you.
Oh my.
And of course, Frank's out here to make sure we all this bus goes nice and smooth.
Did you say rousing episode?
Oh, rally and rouse. It's our update on Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Get it right.
Yeah, that's a mouthful over there. Ugh. So I guess that'll be our main topic of the day. But before we get there, let's check in, see everyone's what has been up to, I guess, recently. On that, let's start off with Frank.
Oh, right off the bat.
Chosen one.
We gotta start strong, We gotta start out with a bang.
Well, I have not been watching much. I tried watching that new show on Amazon Prime. I forget its name. The one with the nuclear
Fallout.
There you go. I tried watching that. And I was liking it. It starts off strong the first 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. How much of it's like an hour show, or is it like half an hour?
I think they're about 45-minute shows.
Oh, okay. So 43 minutes. Okay, so after 43 minutes then.
More like after 20.
So
I was watching it at work. Hopefully,
Working hard, I see.
Yeah. I was watching it at work. Incognito mode.
There you go.
And it was cool because I was doing my work. So I was mostly listening, and it was nice. And then I watched it in my house, and I was watching what I was listening to, and that's when I'm like, I don't know anymore. It's not good. Don't watch. I don't know how. I haven't played the game, so I don't know how much that will factor in if you like the game or not. But I just feel like the idea is great. And it starts off in a serious tone, but then it gets sort of into the little bit ridiculous with some stuff. Like the action. It was too... I don't know how to explain it, but it's a scene where they're all fighting in slow motion, and it's like, oh, I'm here, and then boom, when somebody gets stabbed, and it's kind of like that scene in The Flash where it's slow motion. Which... In that one, it makes sense because he's fast. But here, it's like, I guess they did it for dramatic effect.
Right.
But it was just a little too silly. Like, the guys are yelling, instead of... They're raiding the place. And they're, yelling and stuff. And I feel like they should be sneaky. And, come on, just, boom, catch them in their sleep.
Right. That's what Frank would do.
Yeah, I mean, why risk it? Why risk it?
Yeah. Little stakes. Quick stab, and then grab your loot, and then you go.
And I feel like it tries to be funny. It tries to be really bloody for, I guess, to be cool. It's just the impression I got. I'm not sure if that's what they're going for. It just came out that way. But the way I would describe it is Thor. What's the fourth one called? Thor number 4.
Ragnarok?
Yeah. Yes. How it, we like, or at least I enjoyed the banter or the stuff they were doing the first time. But I was like, hey, tone it down a bit. They just went one step too much, and that's how I feel about it.
So you couldn't take any of the dialogue seriously because it's too busy. They're going weird personality or tangents and kind of throws you out of what's going on.
Yeah, I couldn't take it. Once I was paying attention to what was going on, I was like, oh wait, this is a little too much. I feel like, which is weird because it's a TVMA,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it's for teens. Like,
Mm.
I don't feel like a mature person would enjoy those things that are doing.
I see.
So I feel they should have done more of a, just a serious tone.
Right.
Like it got silly, and then I don't want to get too much, but I will keep watching it.
Having said all that,
I will.
Well, the classic Frank review. That being said,
I look forward to more.
I need to finish it to really. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe
That's true. And so, how far did you get into it?
I'm on episode 2, but I will rewatch the second half of episode 1 because I started playing Hades. I was like, eh. And that's the other thing I've been doing. I've been playing Hades. I started from scratch because I didn't want to go back to my old Switch. So I'm like, and I was too lazy to transfer the data.
The world.
So I'm like, might as well.
There you go.
And it's been so good to playing that. Like, they do so many things well. And the way I describe it is, it's like playing a dungeon crawler because that's what it is.
Right.
But also combined with, like, I want to say like Animal Farm or
Animal Farm?
Civilization.
Oh, okay.
Where like you get materials and you go back to your place and like you upgrade stuff, like you upgrade your room.
Oh, okay. So like, I love like item stuff to help you make because I'm assuming you go through runs, right?
Yeah, and then you add up to the like the persona thing where you get the social links up. So it keeps you engaged. Like, because if it was just a straight up dungeon crawler, I would get bored quick.
Right.
But it was like, okay, I gotta, I want to fix up my room, so let me get some runs in.
Right.
Or I want to see, how the conversations go with this character and stuff like that. So I think it does a lot of stuff well. It's like a menudo. It just has everything in there.
It's got everything. The kitchen sink. It's tasty.
Yeah. What else did I play? I started to play Ghost of Tsushima, but I stopped.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I'm like, okay, so it was between Ghost of Tsushima and Tales of Arise.
Arise.
And I think that's the latest Tales game.
Oh, it is. I forgot. I'm trying to remember. I have it, and I should remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's on the stack over there.
It's on the big pile. It's a very big pile.
No, that's from like 20.
I don't want to talk about it.
I remember this game kind of having like not great reviews. I don't remember somebody saying, not that I researched this so much, but I don't remember like, oh my god, this is great.
Right.
So I was like not expecting much. So I downloaded Tales of Arise. You know how I accidentally bought another year of premium?
Yes, you accidentally, yes. Mm-hmm.
So okay, they charged.
You've been hacked, Frank. You've been hacked.
Yes. So I'm like, might as well use it. So I started looking at these games, and it was between those two, and I downloaded Tales of Arise. But I've been hearing good stuff about Ghost, so I streamed that one while the other one was downloading. I'm like, I was enjoying it, and then I figured I'll try both and see which one I took. I tried Tales of Arise. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I feel like they just put so much care into this game. Even like I love doing anything in it, and it's not like I'm not telling you it's amazing. I just like the detail they went to, like the sounds. I'm an untrained eye, but I think it looks beautiful. I like it when you can change clothes. The menu is just so smooth and like it. When you have a nice menu, like you gain a lot of points with me.
That's true.
When you have I would say the one thing that it's not like top level would be the music. It's more like it's just not my style.
I see.
It's kind of like I would describe it as Xenoblade 1
Okay.
type, where you get the music and it's like to me it's very bland. It's fine, but it's just I like iconic music. Like I'm spoiled. So, but I'm enjoying the story. I like the main characters. I like that you can switch the main characters.
Ooh.
Or at least who you control and who you start with and all that.
I'm looking at you, Cloud.
Yeah.
We're on that in a little bit.
So that's been great. I kind of made the mistake to tell my cousin that I was playing it, and he's like, "Oh, let's play together." I'm like, "Fine." And I was playing it. I played it like 9 hours yesterday.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You do have a job, right?
Yes.
Okay.
3 jobs.
Hey, one of them is gaming.
4 jobs then.
There it is.
So he was like, "Wait for me," and I'm like, "Shit." Now I have to stop because he's way behind.
Oh, so you reached... Okay, now I was going to ask how you guys playing it together, basically.
Yeah,
doing your own thing. And
we just want to, be at around the same spot.
What podcast is that, Frank?
What do you mean?
You guys are doing your own podcast? The Tales of Arise podcast?
No.
That's a
Patreon.
Yeah, a subset of this podcast. If you start Patreon, you get the Frank version.
Podcast of Arise podcast?
Yeah.
I do wish I could just play and stream and just talk to people. Like,
one day, Frank. One day. What do we have to do, Frank? What do we have to do?
Well,
let's make this dream a reality.
Well, things are happening in my house. So I may have to move out to the back of my house. So I might fix it up.
Hopefully that's an upgrade.
I'm gonna move to the back of my house.
Question mark?
If you like uninvited guests from the animal kingdom, then it's part of that.
Okay, well, there you go.
So just
stop it! Don't open that door.
Sounds like it.
So yeah, I mean, and so because I'm waiting for him, I went back to Hades, which I think Hades 2 might be coming out soon.
It's happening.
Yeah, Hades 2.
Yes,
but it's an early access, like Hades 1.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, I think that's a thing.
That looks nice too.
I have yet to play the first game, despite I have a copy of it on my PC, and I hear nothing. And that was the thing, is I heard nothing but praise, so I kind of wanted to, I'm going to wait for this to die down, then take a look into it, but then I just kind of forgot about it.
It's fun because it's just, for me, it's my Mario Kart. Just play something quick and, never ending and stuff like that.
Right, that's true.
Except...
It's actually fun.
Yeah.
Ivan's not here. It's okay. And he doesn't listen to the podcast. So. Time to throw him under the bus.
Wait.
Shots fired!
I mean, I like Mario Kart sometimes. It's just when
I'm really in pain and suffering and there's nothing else on, I guess I'll do it.
This is what I like to do in Mario Kart. I like to do the Grand Prix. Is that what you call it?
Grand Prix, yeah.
I like to do those, 3-star them or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then finish them and you're done with the game.
Pretty much.
I don't like to keep playing my family members and one of us has to suffer.
That's the suffer.
All right. Right. So it's I already beat them already. I already had too many wins. I don't have enough room in this trophy case over here. I don't know what else to do.
I'm tired of dunking them every day.
Either I win and I feel bad for them, or they beat me and I'm mad at them.
And I have to live with these people.
I know. And literally yesterday, I'm like, where's my family? And I went to my brother's room and they were all playing Mario Kart. And I'm like, you want to play? Nope. No.
I'm good.
But I'm glad they were having fun.
Oh.
Without me.
Because they were happy. I was happy.
I was going to tell them, man, you guys can come over. I'm like, never mind. I was going to tell them they could come play over here, but they were playing Mario Kart. I'm like, I guess I keep playing Tales of Arise.
There you go.
So that's pretty much what I've been up to. I've been meaning to watch the animes, but...
Animes, Frank. Next episode. 2 weeks, Frank. 2 weeks with our spring preview.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe today. Don't miss out.
I'll get there. I guess I could do that while I wait for my cousin to catch up.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's only 3 episodes. All 9 episodes.
But I've been having... Besides Fable, I've been having a hard time finding them.
The ones on Crunchyroll, the mysterious something disappearances.
Did I pick... Okay.
You did pick that one. The one with the big name.
Oh, yeah.
That one's on Crunchyroll. The other one is on, let's say, the internet.
Okay.
You heard about Luffy, right? Get your hat and just...
I'm a big Luffy fan.
Big Luffy. To the Grand Line with you, Frank.
Oh, okay.
Even Gold Roger, he likes his anime that way.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm done with my what I've been up to.
All right. For now, for the change of pace, let's ask Ray what he's been doing.
Alrighty. Well, I guess since we teased it, I guess we'll lean into it. So my adventures in the high seas continues, but with actual One Piece this time, since I am still reading the manga and going through the seems like never-ending journey that is One Piece. And now I finished. Was it Dressrosa? Dressrosa. That's what it is. So I completed that arc, and I guess I'm at the setup.
I didn't mean to sound mad at you.
No. I'm sorry.
Right.
Don't worry.
All right.
You're gonna be upset in a bit.
A lot of things were happening. I couldn't remember. A lot of islands. And that's the thing, is there's starting to become a lot of islands. And yeah, It's okay. It's okay. The thing is, I'm starting to realize at this point now, it's like, oh, it's just kind of the same. I mean, this is every shonen thing ever, but it's just like, it is the same formula over and over again. But it's, in the fact of, in particular, it's just so everything's just alabaster, where Yuffie shows up with his gang of pirates and pretty much liberates a pirate nation. It feels like that's what we're doing, because even the tease of the next arc is also that.
What's the next arc?
Well,
I should know this.
There's a detour and then Wano ?
Oh, you're in Dressrosa, right?
I finished that one.
Oh, okay.
And then I've even I just finished today the elephant, if that makes sense.
Elephant?
Oh, you finished the elephant.
I finished the elephant where they took off the elephant and everyone went their different ways. I basically, did you catch this, Frank? I met Snoopy and Garfield.
What?
I was gonna say, I'm sure this flew over your head.
Yeah, he told me this yesterday. Go ahead, Barry.
For Frank, if you didn't know, the two main characters that's on that island, if we call it an island, it's just Snoopy and Garfield.
No way.
If you look at the character designs and you really look at them, it's just Snoopy and Garfield.
I see Garfield.
Yes.
I could see Snoopy.
White dog, black ears, wears sunglasses. Snoopy.
Isn't he brown?
Well, in the manga, maybe in the anime, who knows, right? But I'm looking just at the manga panels. He's just a white dog, black ears, and wears sunglasses.
Okay, well, if it helps, the cat is yellow.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there's, yeah. I assumed because, yeah. And at first, my brain went, is this Garfield and Snoopy? And I'm like, nah. And then I saw, because I told myself, well, if it's Garfield, he has to be striped because Garfield's, like a striped cat. And then in the panel, the cat turns around, you see his tail, and it's striped. I'm like, it's fucking Garfield and Snoopy. God damn it. I knew it. So that's a fun fact that I picked up on. I see you, Oda. I see what you're doing. Took a break from his giantess and said, what about American comic books?
Hey, that's interesting.
Fun fact.
Reservation or revelations.
I mean, I'll just say that's gonna come back.
Oh, okay. They did. Well, they hyped the fuck out of those two characters. They done everything with everyone. Oh yeah, we know this guy, this person, this guy. Yeah, we done all that shit. Oh yeah, I got his number on the hotline. Yeah, we just talked about it yesterday on Discord. It's like, what the fuck? And so yeah, and I don't know, the whole.
I think this anime is too hyped, and it's not meeting the hype that is out there.
A little bit. It's just,
you need to go in more like me and not know anything.
Well, I really don't know much. That's the thing, is I really don't.
But you know what people are saying.
For
me, this is how I went in watching One Piece. It's the one cartoon that looks like Nickelodeon drawn characters.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, yeah, no.
But for some reason, my cousin insists I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this is one versus let's say the Jujutsu Kaisen or Hunter x Hunter. One Piece it's hard to not know what One Piece is, right? But I don't know anything else but that. And it's not bad. It's just, it's getting a little, I've never, like I said, to me, the highest I got into it was the Ines Lobby. And then ever since then, I feel like I'm trying to chase that high. And I feel like I haven't really come that close to it, despite it's the most shonen battle situation of all time, technically, that arc. But something about it just worked for me. And
I think, I was thinking about this the other day. I think we need more moments that are impactful on a personal level to the main crew.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because after that moment, there hasn't really been much that has been because usually they will focus on the one member, like Usopp having a fight with Luffy. Oops, spoilers. Or when every member joined, you saw what they struggled with.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's kind of we're done with that. And hopefully they circle back in the final arc, and they kind of, by finishing every character's, dream,
mm-hmm.
we get to see a more personal side again. And I feel like right now, or for most of it, we get to the island, there's a problem, we end up joining to solve the solution, everybody scatters.
Right.
Luffy gets lost for some reason.
Of course.
And then we have to finish the conflict soon because every island finishes with a Metroid countdown,
a little bit, yeah.
We're gonna blow up, we gotta do something.
Oh no.
So I got dead.
A little bit.
Yeah, so it is very cut and paste. The funny thing is that the next island is not like that.
Mm.
But the following one, even though it's very long, ultimately it is like that. So yeah, I would say at this point, how you feel about it, it's not gonna change.
Right, I imagine.
So I would say just focus on learning relationships between characters, because that's what I enjoy like a lot. Like when a character hasn't seen another one, I want to see what they say to each other.
Right.
If one known character meets another one, I'm like, hey, how are these? Are they gonna like each other?
Right.
Stuff
What
like
is
that
actually gonna be like?
So that's the kind of stuff I enjoyed, or like when they drop like little hints of what's going on. It's fun for me trying to figure out what's gonna happen. Am I right? Am I wrong? Stuff like that. Like, but if you're like looking for what it's like something to give you the meaning of life,
right,
it's not gonna happen. It's not an Attack on Titan.
No, no.
It's not Chapter Black. It's simple, formula that kind of like Dragon Ball. Like,
right,
we
sells a lot
know
of issues.
Goku's gonna win.
Right.
So
but we have to make it feel like he might not, though.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, he's probably going to.
Let me ask you, how would you like it to end, and how do you think it's gonna end? Or
well, I mean, it can't end with, hey, Luffy, we just found the One Piece. We're filthy rich. Yay, we can retire now. Like, that's not happening.
Well, it's gonna be like, the One Piece is the friends that we made around. It's just how. It's just how it's gonna end. How else can you do it?
The friends we met along the way.
Honestly, so that's gonna be half of the answer. I feel like. I guess to me the most so like it's gonna have to end like that, and yeah, Luffy maybe might not like die like in the final chapter, but he'll be like, all right, I got like 5 more years and I'm out, and that's where it'll end. And then maybe we'll get like
it'll probably be like All Might situation that it could just really like just
maybe something like that where he's kind of there but not really in the game anymore.
Because like My Hero, one of the characters,
All Might.
Yeah,
okay.
But the fact like he's there, but he's not really supered up anymore. So that's a possibility. The thing that I feel like it has to end on is the whole, and I don't know anything else but what I've read. But the government and the missing, was it century or whatever the question, the poneglyph, was it?
The Void Century?
Yeah, the Void Century and this and that, and what's the government covering up that's too hot to let the world know, this and that. So I imagine it has to be some interesting metaphor and twist to suggest something, and because a lot of the series built up and overall theme is about freedom and liberation and being yourself, because that's what he's like I said, he's like a freedom fighter traveling from nation to nation and saving them from evil bad people.
Be a good pirate.
That's like the funny twist is like he's a pirate, but he's not a bad pirate, if you will. And that's like the whole perception. It's like, in kind of an interesting way, it's kind of like Breaking Bad in that regard, because it's like changing the definition of what a good and a bad person is.
I'm a good drug lord.
Exactly. He's better than, was it Don Flamingo or whatever his name was? Mr. Sunglasses. He's a bad hombre, that guy. So yeah. I guess that fight was okay with the Gear 4 situation. It was okay. I guess I was hoping for a little bit more.
Watch the anime, see, that's what you're.
Yeah, I haven't seen the anime version. Does the anime version make it a little bit more juicier, Frank?
I like how they animated it.
Okay, maybe I should check it out, because I tried to go and look at early on when I was still up to like Ines Lobby. I would go back and I'm gonna watch a little bit of the anime, and then I watch it like, ooh, this is not helping my imagination.
It might change
animation.
your mind, because I feel like I don't know if I would like One Piece if I read it. And I know it's faster. And now that I've seen the anime, I like it more, because
I was gonna ask you this.
I watch it. I read it, and I like imagine the music that they put in the anime.
It's like the teasers, like the storyboard for the anime.
Yeah. So
interesting. So you're definitely more of when you think of One Piece, you think of the anime more.
Yeah, that's how I started.
Interesting.
I've only read the manga because I'm like, I'm out of episodes.
I guess if I have to.
Yeah.
It's only 1,100 episodes. Yeah.
Well, I don't start from the beginning. I just start from
right. I am curious to see what will happen. Like I said, it's not bad, but I guess I'm still hoping for that high I once got with Ines Lobby, and I think that's a big reason why, because in that arc you get a lot of like Nico Robin's story, you get a lot of Frankie's story, and they're pretty decent, sad, tragic stories. You're like, all right, and then like you said, they kind of like fades away and isn't really as strong because
I think it has a fodder problem. Like so, where was it? We go to Zoe and there is a big problem, but I don't care about Garfield and Snoopy.
Right.
So you go to all these places and there's big issues, but a lot of times you're not invested in these characters. But when there's a personal problem to one of the crew members, it's like,
right.
Now you have my attention.
That's true. Yeah, because even the punk hazard was just.
I don't care about those kids.
Yeah,
I don't care. They're sick. Let them. We'll
figure it out probably. If not, well, then nature take its course.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, you'll get stronger.
They got bigger, so that's something.
We have better things. Funny. In Tales of Arise, you're the main character is a slave, and then the girl is like I don't know. She's from somewhere else.
Okay.
Renan, but I don't really know what her title is because she doesn't say much. And when you go to a town, the guy's like, I wonder if anybody needs help. And then she's like, you can't just go around helping everybody. We got things to do. So I just remember like
this is psycho.
Sounds like their problem. Let them figure it out.
Nami trying to save those kids.
Come on,
we can't just go save every kid you see. Like, come on. Like, just become a mom and care about your own kid.
Take responsibility, goddammit.
Adopt one, and that's it.
One.
We're not gonna worry about all of them.
It's too many. Yeah, so we'll see. I am curious to see what will happen in the, I guess, next arc ? Because our best fighters are on the sidelines now, and we're stuck with Nami and Chopper. And it's like, what are they gonna do in the fire? Is she gonna show the titties and hopefully that'll distract them? That's our best bet. That's too long of a pause.
The pause says it all, doesn't it, folks?
And once again, boy, Oda sure is hornier these chapters these days. What kind of dress can I put her in? Gotta sell those figurines, am I right?
Yes, now we need the summer version, the winter version.
It makes sense.
Wow, that's how the producer over here. So
it's just funny because, like I said, there's always a little bit of that in these things because, they're selling that to teenage boys. So sure, that's fine. But, like, it's very obvious now, I suppose.
I guess he feels like, well, now I'm established. I can do what I really wanted to do.
Yeah. Finally. So like I said, overall it's fine. I like it enough, but it's like a ever so slightly disappointing. But nothing like I'm done. I'm burning it. I'm running away. I'll keep going. I must know what the hell Gear 5 is. So honestly, that motivation. And I know you said the Wano's your favorite arc in the One Piece.
That was before Egghead, but yeah.
Okay, but also Egghead's the newest one. Okay, so. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep trekking on, Frank. I'm gonna trekking on,
just so that you're not like expecting too much. It's pretty much the same stuff.
And yeah, I don't. I guess the details of the battles is what I'm looking for, because Zoro was just fighting that same Sandman or whatever you want to call him on Dressrosa the whole time, and I was just like, kill this fool already. Let's go home.
I like the yes, he did take forever on it. I don't even remember anything else about the fight, but I just liked the part where he just flying in the air and cuts him.
Right, yeah.
I like those moments. I like seeing those feats.
It was cool. Maybe one day I finish, we'll have a dedicated One Piece podcast.
Someone over here who's, I think, barely, where am I now? I think I'm back, I'm still water 7. Okay, now I got back to where I left off, but...
Getting the good stuff, my friend.
But, it's just like, I don't know, I see Gear 5, like, I got questions, but, by the way, just unless I, like, does the fact the animation budget, like, why can't this be in Super? The budget, apparently, the animation budget.
Oh, you mean current One Piece?
Yeah, current, because like you see, like, we see like one openings, right? Or like, where the money's coming from here? Where's this? The
Super could have used that money.
The Toei found this money, like treasure trove. Like
they found the One Piece.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I wish we had this in Super.
Super was a often ugly show. I'll say that.
Wano is where there's a big transition. I think that's when the budget comes in.
That's where the money starts pouring in?
Yeah, because the animation completely changed.
Oh, okay.
Completely.
Interesting.
They go into like Super Saiyan stuff now. I'm like, what the heck? This has never happened before.
Would you recommend that's the one to watch animated?
Some people don't like it, but I do enjoy all the flashiness. I haven't seen everything. I'm just holding it off because I want to just...
Oh, I see.
Like, watch the one episode before that, and watch how the animation changes. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna do this when I get there.
My untrained eye noticed it. Like,
if I could see it, then anyone could see it.
It's a big difference. Like,
it's like it's kind of like the. There was Digimon season 1. There was one episode.
Oh, the movie.
End, all of a sudden, like the quality, everything got a little bit shinier, a little bit different. Like, wait, what? And it looks weird because then you go back to we're back to good old fashioned Toei. But that one episode, you're like, wait, what happened?
Someone tried.
It's like there's a budget here. What happened here?
It'll be interesting. What else did I do this week? Oh, Star Wars. That sucks.
which one?
The Clone Wars CG stuff. Me and Miles have been slowly tackling. It's only getting worse. Well,
because we're literally repeating the same arc now. Literally, like, you change one character out for this character and doing the same thing literally over again.
It's bad. It's kind of bad now, to be honest. I was kind of like, it's not. No, it kind of. I don't know why people. I guess Star Wars fans are Star Wars fans, that they love anything to Star Wars.
I think we should have saw that. Like, was it the recommended? Like, what is that on there? The recommended. Watch these episodes.
Well, I'm sure someone has a list of recommended episodes, which is my opinion. If you've been me on the sidelines and curious about, especially if you watch like The Mandalorian and the other newer Star Wars shows, and you realize like, oh, this is a reference to this character from this show, which is the reason why we started watching the show. Just watch those episodes and just bounce, because everything else is just kind of a waste of your time. It makes the Jedi look even dumber.
Well,
they were look dumb in the prequel movies already. They look even dumber now in this version. How clueless can these people be?
They do a lot of questionable things. At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I would have joined the Sith too.
There's just so many times Palpatine just crosses the line and they go like, well, it's just the Chancellor, I guess. Oh, I guess it's just the Chancellor, I guess. Like, at what point are you going to be like, oh, shit, this guy's really doing a lot of fucked up things. Maybe I should look into him.
And the best part, Frank, is like...
just Three Stooges?
A little bit.
Every season, like, the Chancellor's clothes gets darker and darker. Like, till he's like, Homeboy's ready, like, waiting for the giant, like, the hood. And like, is that? It looks like that. I'm like, nah, it can't be him. Oh, is this a Chancellor? You almost got us there. Woo,
there's just like a lot. It's so many dumb things.
Oh, you jokester.
And there's like a whole thing with like the clone, not the clones themselves, but the people who make the clones that they show in this episode 2 movie, where they're like, oh, what? Oh, I thought this guy was a Jedi. What? That was Count Dooku. What? That's crazy. And it's just like, it's so obvious. These people are supposed to be like smart. These people are smart enough. They can engineer millions of clones, but they're so blind and their eyes don't work. They can't see. It's clearly Count Dooku.
The top 5 Jedis are in the temple, kind of like, wow.
That sounds like a problem.
That sounds a great idea.
Someone else's problem.
Yeah, they're just sitting there like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit in this chair. It's a nice chair. Yeah, we're losing the war. Well, that sounds like a problem. They just don't do shit. It's like, fucker, get up.
Skywalker, can you fix this? Because it seems like it might be a problem, I guess.
Hey, Anakin, do you mind fixing our mess again? Because we're just incompetent and dumb as fuck.
And then, because we all know.
I would have turned to the dark side after dealing with all this bullshit. Anakin did the right thing.
The show's so...
Maybe the younglings, maybe not. But the Jedi Masters, yeah, they had it coming.
It is weird watching, like, knowing, though, what we know from the movies and things like that, and then they're trying to retrofit all this, like, so... It's supposed to make the Jedi smart, but it's like, no. Anakin was right. Maybe we should not follow the Jedi Order. They're kind of,
They're kind of useless during a war.
Yeah, and they're kind of like, oh, we cannot kill. And they're classic. They're like, we got him. He killed this guy. This guy gets it, but we can't kill. Because we can't kill him, then that'll ruin the whole.
That would end the war. We don't want that now. So yeah, that'd be my recommendation. Anyone who's curious is just watch the highlighted recommended episodes. There's a couple of characters that show up in The Mandalorian that you see a little bit more of their characters. So like that is a highlight. So that's about it. Because honestly, minus The Mandalorian, I don't know what else is really good in Star Wars land these days. I guess the Ahsoka show's okay. I think maybe I don't know. It? I have not seen it yet.
Well, we're watching.
We're watching this so we can watch it to then get all the references and things.
You have to watch this show first, then you watch Rebels afterward.
Oh god, we'll see how far we get
and
there.
Then after that, then you can watch Ahsoka. And after that, then you could watch, because one of my friends were telling me, I think Resistance is another.
Oh, no, there's more?
There's apparently between the newer stuff. I was like, are we still talking about the newer? I thought we cut that off, but I guess they're still trying to explain that nonsense. So,
yeesh.
But they just don't, they do not know what to do with Star Wars.
Was it? I think there was one more thing, and of course my brain is failing me.
Would it be Final Fantasy?
I mean, there's Final Fantasy, but I thought there was one more thing.
TV show?
Oh, Frieren. What's it called? The Elf Girl.
Yeah.
Frieren. Did you finish this, Frank?
No.
It's okay.
Well, we finished that too.
That was the other thing I want to talk about. It's one of those shows.
The anime of 2023.
Yes, that too. It's one of those shows, and now that's one where you hear all the hype, and I'm like, that's a lot of hype, and then you watch, you're like, why? ¿Por qué? So yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's a good show, maybe even a great show. I'm not sure it's the savior of anime that a lot of people come out to be. If this is your first time watching this kind of show, which is your very slice of life, your, what's the Japanese term? Irashike? It's very mushishi, basically.
Erotica?
No, not
that's
hentai. That's a different category. That's next episode of the podcast, right?
Yeah, only on Patreon. Anyway.
Oda's a big fan. But what was it? So yeah, fear. What is it?
I think Frieren.
Frieren. I want to say Frieren every damn time.
I don't know. That's you, brother.
I mean, when you spend $300 playing Fire Emblem, it's gonna stick in your head, apparently. But yes, it's good. You should watch the show. The production values alone is why you should watch the show.
It's like a show from like the early 2010s, it's a well balanced show. It's just that the bar now these days is so so low. They're like, oh, this is a top tier show, but they're like, well, this is.
I'm guessing that's the reason why the hype is. It's just people, I don't know, are just not impressed with anime anymore, and so anytime something good though shows up, they make it like the best thing of all time.
I could see that, and also I could also see people just tired of the same old list. I'm like, let's.
True. Oh no, this season's isekai. This season's harem anime.
Harem isekai.
There you go. I mean, that's
why I try to stay away from the noise and just unfiltered thoughts.
I wish I could. Sadly, as a producer, it's hard to just put your head in the ground since I have to try to come up with fresh, unique content for our listeners.
That's where you stick to characters and cute things.
There you go. Can't go wrong.
Focus on. Have you ever thought about sports gambling?
Take it easy. Have you heard of Las Vegas?
It'll keep your mind off of a lot of stuff.
The high limit room at the Bellagio, one of Terry Benedict's favorite casinos, I believe.
Wait. Well,
maybe kids don't dive in.
Yeah, or you gotta press the
FBI, open up!
If you're not careful.
Ever wanted to lose money you need?
Do you really need to put food on your table?
That's only your brain telling you that. The money says otherwise.
I hear tacos are pretty cheap.
Ever wonder if you're gonna be on a diet or not?
Need to lose some weight. I suggested for you. Oh yeah. So yeah, that was the other anime that me and Miles were kind of watching on and off, and we just finished it, and it's a good anime. I just I don't see the level of hype that a lot of people are at, but it's actually one of the few shows that I would argue overall, if I had to say yes or no, is it worth the hype? I guess yes, but not that amount. But yeah, so that's good to see. I don't know. I know Ivan, he was a part of the hype crowd. Ivan was very, so I am kind of curious to see his thoughts on that, though. I don't know if we'll ever get there on the podcast with that show in particular.
Ivan talks a lot. I'm like, Ivan, I haven't watched it. Ivan, haven't watched it.
He is a hype man. He is a hype man.
I would say I would agree with you, like, if I'd heard all the hype, like, this is the new best anime of all time. No.
Right.
It's just something that's there. And it's worth picking up considering all the other stuff that comes out. So it's adequate. Like, I think if I remember correctly, I described it as a nice cup of tea.
I think that is correct, Frank.
And I still believe that.
I would also say it's a lovely cup of tea, though I'm more of a craft beer person, so it's also that.
It's not that monster that's gonna like.
That's funny, but that's true. Yeah. It's not that super double monster to drink you're drinking.
Yeah. It's not that. Gorilla shot or I don't know what the strong drinks are, but
oh my goodness, very true. But it is indeed a fine cup of tea. And yes, so that is the 3 things I wanted to mention this week on the podcast. So I believe it's now your turn, Miles.
All right, let's we started with a bang, let's end with a whimper. So I guess other than playing Final Fantasy, which we'll get to in a little second here, the only game we've been playing though pretty badly because it's pretty good.
Badly goodly, all right.
Well, because I guess I'm not playing Final Fantasy, I'm playing that game.
Okay.
You just reminded me of something that some guy I was with was describing to some other person. and he was saying, "Oh, this girl's bad," and I'm like, "What does he mean by that?"
The good kind of bad or the bad kind of bad?
And then they were looking at this girl on the phone, and they were like, "Yeah, she's so bad. Look." And they were. I'm like, I think they mean sexy.
Well, Frank.
That's what you made me remember.
Well, it's always like the bomb, or like always like these. Throughout the centuries of like we use different terms to say different things. It's like I guess is that on point, fam? Right? Yes.
And then they asked me like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Very bad.
Yes, we should send her to jail."
Because I'm going to lock her up all for myself. Just a little simple.
Is that where we're going? I have my cuffs.
Yeah. If not, don't worry. I'll break out of jail. Yeah. She's all over the place. I beat him out.
She needs to be punished.
For all her crimes against humanity.
Whoa. It's like, hey, go ahead, Frank. Like, hey,
Just looking at the reactions, like, which way should I go with this?
Should I go with a baton or a whip?
So the game I play is I guess because I bought it twice. I guess it's Balatro. That's right, Balatro. Balatro. It's a roguelike poker game.
My favorite kind of game.
So like
you're almost to the sports gambling level.
We're halfway there.
Halfway there. So just the game is pretty simple. So pretty much you have a deck of cards, and they give there are 3 tiers of I guess like bets, small blind, big blind, and then the boss blind. And your goal of the game is to make poker hands and then score tricks. Is to score enough chips and stuff to beat the blind and move on to the next thing. You earn money. You buy new cards or upgrade your cards, and then you keep doing it again like in the.
You can buy cards.
Yeah, you can buy more cards.
I gotta try that the next time I go to the casino.
Yeah,
I don't like this card deal. Give me an ace. Here's an extra $5.
So I said, is it very interesting because it starts off like you stand like a standard poker playing card deck, I guess, and then as you keep playing it, you get different decks like green deck, blue deck, red deck that kind of gives you like bonuses, things like that to do all your runs. And then the thing want to get jokers. So all the jokers do something really different to your cards.
Are they wild?
Well, some are and some aren't. They're kind of.
All right, didn't see that coming.
Because every time like when you beat a blind, you go to the shop, and in the shop you buy jokers. These jokers multiply. If you have so many diamonds, you multiply like 1.5 your hand get like 1.5 multiplier, or all your cards now become hearts. It's like they do special things. They're all different because I haven't seen all of them. But you can buy four jokers in each run. And then they help you score more points because as you keep going through the game, the blinds get bigger, overall. So it starts like 300 and goes to 400.
Are you playing against like a table, or is it like an enemy boss you just have to?
Well, yeah, the boss blind. So the boss blind is kind of like because there's the small blind, there's a big blind, and then there's a boss blind. The boss blind does some weird things to your cards. So like one of the boss cards, like when I was playing, it's like. All your heart cards are now debuffed, so I can't use them to score. So, odds games you make poker hands, full houses, things like that. And
right.
But basically, but
you get
each
points for winning?
Yeah,
you don't win the pot? Is there a pot?
No, it's not Texas Hold'em. It's like more poker than Texas Hold'em poker, I guess. What?
Okay, so it's like multiple layers. There's usually always a pot in some. It's not just Texas Hold'em has a pot. When you buy into a card game, that's what the blinds are for.
Okay.
How much money have you lost?
There's also that. That was gonna be my next question.
Okay, you don't lose money. You spend money.
There you go.
But so each I guess when you first start off, you get to make 5 hands and you get 5 discards. So based on the 5 discard you make 5 hands to beat.
What kind of poker are we playing?
Well, regular poker.
What 5 card?
5 card poker.
Okay.
And so obviously you get like so many terms to make a hand per se.
But if you have 5 cards and you only have, so you could discard up to 5 cards.
Because each card has like a certain chip value, like hearts.
It has a chip value.
Yeah.
This is okay. So this is basically not poker. Yeah. It's more not poker than it is poker.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay, well then throw away the rules of poker. Hey, it's no game, no life. Hey. We forgot to talk about that, Frank.
Oh yeah.
I watched and reviewed No Game, No Life.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta check it out on his.
And it was partially thanks to Frank why I did it.
Is it?
It is. If you watch the video,
Yeah,
your
check-
name is dropped early on, Frank.
Oh my god.
You're famous. You made it.
You made it, Frank.
I'm sorry.
That's for another episode.
So back to Balatro for a hot second. So basically, you make giant five card poker hands to beat to make enough chips so that way you beat the blind so that way you can move on to the next round. And you buy more cards, some cards like level up your I guess your played hands, so they level up like time multiplier, things like that. So you want to, as you keep going through, you use jokers doing that to increase your multiplier just so that way you move on to the next.
Their
thing.
status effects or multipliers.
Yeah. But they're on a run, so there's eight antes, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and to complete, because I only seen people because I've seen a couple of gameplays of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually I usually die after the fourth one.
Mm.
The run's over and you have to start over again because it's kind of like a roguelike, I guess. You have to start that run's over, you got to start over again, start from number one and keep going up again. But like I said, it's a very nice trivia game. You can play a round or two a day and then you move on. You can move on to the next thing. It's very popular and it's going to eventually go on the mobile next, I guess, because everywhere it's all everywhere you can play it on. So, and like I said, I bought a PC and I bought it on the Switch for on the go play.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so other than Final Fantasy, which we'll get to in a hot second, that's pretty much been my week.
So gambling your life away, I see.
Yeah, doing things.
Next week, Sea of Stars.
One day I'll get there. Frank.
Well, Miles gave me hope on the right here. He's like, I might get it. It's on sale.
Oh, well, there's Star Rail, but that's also another gambling.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But that's its own.
That is definitely gambling right there.
Yeah. I won though.
Yeah, I got the waifu. I'm winning. But now I gotta get her, but with the really hot outfit, not the outfit.
Well,
the bad outfit.
Well, I think in that game you want to get her light cone, because if you get the light cone, that helps her skill a lot better. That's what you want to always get. After you get the character, you want to get her light cone their light cone, so that way they can do more damage and stuff. But that's a whole different thing altogether. We'll move on forward to, I guess.
It's time.
Final Fantasy Rebirth Part 2. More of the same.
Yes and no.
So just the way I guess you guys tune in. So we all of us except Richard, unfortunately couldn't make it here today. I've been playing Final Fantasy Rebirth. I'm going on this seamlessly long journey to get to where we're going to go. And so far I guess now I made it chapter 7. Ray went also chapter 2.
Chapter 7.
And Frank already beat the game twice.
He's already played the new one, Final Fantasy 7 Reunion. He's beaten that one already. Then he went back to the original just to complete the cycle.
I did think about it.
Next week. Push your bets now.
I was like, I haven't got into trophies for
You haven't gotten the platinum
PS5
yet.
Version of the.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you got to go play the PC version, and
then you got to do it with the blindfold, right?
Exactly.
I don't need no material. I just need my Buster Sword. That's all I need to do.
There you go.
So how we feeling? Because it's a hard game to kind of describe. Because we're all Mother and Frank already beat the game twice. We haven't really I mean, for you, Ray, because you know more than I do, because you played 7 originally. To me, this is all brand new. What's going on here?
I have a question. What is chapter 7? Because I never pay attention to the numbers.
It's the Costa del Sol. You travel across the sea.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So I completed the big side quest that's main story stuff, and then I've entered the new world map that comes afterwards.
Yeah, was it Corel?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe the next part is Barrett's Town, I think. I'm not okay.
Yes, sir.
If I remember my OG Final Fantasy 7. So I didn't enter that yet, but I was about to, because I got stuck doing side quests, because a lot of things to do on that open world, and part of me wants to kind of skip this stuff and just go for the main storyline, but part of me goes but the level up and the skills.
But the materia, though.
And damn, that fire and ice ability does not want to level up.
Well, it's like twice. It's like the goofy. Yeah, I think I had up doing it. I had a pair with AP.
You have even with that, it still doesn't make it that much better. I'm spamming my fire and ice, and I still have yet to get to the second level just yet. Oof. And I still do the same thing with the lightning and wind. Oh.
Does using it counts as leveling it up? Or did you just have to fight?
I think, well, a little bit of both, but using it does increase it, I believe.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was just beat a monster, get some AP.
It depends, because I think if you have a when you're not controlling the character, it also increases points, and maybe I feel like sometimes maybe increases more points because there's sometimes when because usually I end up playing Cloud like I don't know.
We have no choice but to play Cloud.
Well, we'll get there in a minute. But overall, when you're party of 3, you have to have Cloud, and so I end up playing Cloud a decent amount. But then there's times where like, for instance, like Barrett, I give him healing material, and like he's already like on level 3. I'm like, what the fuck, Barrett? How the fuck would you do that, Barrett? So it depends. It feels like I said, it levels up faster when you're not actively controlling the characters. Somehow they max out materia better than when you are personally controlling them. It feels like to me,
they're better than you.
It feels like it. And Barrett's making me look like a chump out here. Fucking Aerith is supposed to be my official healer, and she's slacking. She's having too much fun on the beach. Girl needs to focus.
Yeah.
So yeah, what am I thinking so far overall?
Yeah.
Is that the one term? It was the beginning of the prompt of this whole thing?
The prompt is how's it going? How's it are you having fun?
I am overall, it's still good. I'm having a good time. It is interesting to see it more fleshed out, and part of me wants to go back to the original just to be like, am I misremembering certain things? Because I always thought the scene with Sephiroth in the boat was always weird in the original game. So it seemed a little bit more natural, and plus the way they are, when he makes his appearance, make a little bit more sense than the original game. But maybe that was just me, I don't know. But I always thought that when the whole Genova stuff was always like a
Yeah.
But somehow it makes more sense to me in the remake version. So stuff like that, I appreciate it. Really hanging out in the little beach town is actually kind of cute and fun. You get to hang out with the characters.
I did like the segue. Just to around
the segues.
And like
if you ride when you get stuff for it.
But I just like just seeing Cloud, Store Cloud going. It's kind of funny, just going down the whole town and breaking. The physics are weird in this game. Like,
I'm rolling down several children in that town alone.
And just like like the weird how it kind of rotates.
The little shitty rotate. Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird, but it's like you zip around real quick. It's like faster. The faster you can go around, it's faster than Chocobo apparently.
Apparently.
But yeah, no, the mini game.
It's 2 Chocobo horses, or whatever you call it.
Yeah. The one thing with me with mini games is some are hit and a miss. Like
fuck that gun one.
Oh, I did well in the gun one. I didn't like the soccer one. That one was a pain.
Bad. You discount Rocket League.
Yeah, well, because discount Rocket League, because I guess you have to do it twice.
Yeah, there's that too.
But the first one's kind of like, I can't. The computer's gonna, of course, the computer's gonna like. So,
it does seem a little broken. 3 against 1. Let's see here. Odds are not in my favor.
And they're running wild. It's like, but I just started, and how am I running? How am I supposed? Do I get a power? No, I don't get a power up. It was very tough trying to get try to 3-star or 3, I guess, get a good rank so that we get everything out of it.
Get the good item.
I thought that one was easy.
I thought the gun one was the one I actually like really had to focus on.
Well, cause you know how you can lower the sensitivity, right?
That's for cowards.
Oh, sorry.
Some real men just struggle through and just get better.
That's one way to describe it. Okay, sure.
Smoke it without the filter.
Exactly.
Let's see what else. Oh, and then I guess it's funny that you get like different beach outfits, right? Like,
different. I do like. Did you like that part, Frank? Because you mentioned that earlier. The fact you actually could change your costume in this segment.
I like it. Okay.
I like the idea, but not the clothes themselves.
Well, you can put on the soldier outfits if you want and walk around with the soldier outfits.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I like those. The problem is
the beachwear.
The problem is that you can only wear it there. And I was like, what's the point? Like, I'm not gonna spend my whole time.
Right. You're not. Yeah, that's true.
And like, except in New Game Plus, you can wear it anywhere.
There you go.
So that's when I start liking it. Okay, now.
I do like Cloud's like what is it like? He's like wearing like a Hawaiian shirt.
I wish they would sell that shirt.
I'm sure they will. Give them time, Frank.
That Hawaiian shirt is the best thing because like it's almost like not anti-cloud thing ever. Like this, like
he's having a good time.
But it's funny because it goes the stoic man now. He's like, yeah, I'm comfortable right now, and I do appreciate now even more so in this, especially in this segment, we see more Cloud's real personality kind of flesh out a little bit more. Like kind of like he's more like he's having actual conversations with his party members and not like being like all
a giant bobblehead.
Tough whatnot. Like he's actually, especially when you see because this game was basically kind of like a visual novel kind of in a way too. But certain responses like, yeah, that's the most like he's having a very succinct conversation about this moment, and he's like he sounds actually like he's engaged with the conversation. And I thought it was a nice touch because he's actually you see more of him kind of laying his guard down, being more like a normal character, especially with Luffy. Luffy's hilarious.
Yeah. Luffy?
Yeah, Yuffie.
Oh, Yuffie.
I was gonna say you mean you. I'm pretty sure you meant Yuffie. Too much One Piece talk.
Yeah. It's like Yuffie.
Whoa, Cloud, what's going on?
Whoa. What did I miss?
I don't actually. I don't know what actually sounds in Japanese. Now I think about it.
But she's interesting because it's kind of like I just like to see culture for some reason because like it's almost like Cloud thing to do because like she's like when you go to town and then she's like so how do you think? Not interested, and he just walks away, and that's like the most Cloud response. It's just like no, this child out of here. What is
I remember that.
It's silly. It's cute.
You passed that part already, right?
Yeah.
So what did you answer to that stuff?
To which one? Yuffie's? Yeah, I just said like nope or whatever. Like yeah, pretty much like not interested. Whatever.
So you just denied her the whole time?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I was gonna bring that up too. Is like, is this supposed to be like a play on the original version?
Yeah, I think because my brother, because he had the controller at that part, and I guess he remembered the original, and he was like, "You're supposed to deny her."
Right.
And I'm wondering what happens if you just be like, "Yeah, sure, join us." Like if
yeah,
doesn't join or what?
That's what one I realized. Like, oh, because I was thinking that the whole time. Like, is there going to be a time where because like because I think she joins up right. Well, she potentially could join you right after as soon as you leave Midgard, right? But in this version, it's not all the way until you cross the border. That is it does happen because I don't. Do you know this, Frank? Is she? Can you not have her join the team in this game? In this version?
I don't know. That's why I was hoping you answered it differently than me.
No, but I did answer like, no, I'm not interested. And then she's like, all right. Because that's what I was trying to think of. Like, what? Because I remember that was the trick back in the days. Like, you have to say like, nah, I'm good. What's it like 3 times or something like that? I want to say.
I don't remember.
I forget, but yeah, they kind of had something similar to it, but it was I think really simplified.
Wait. She's like could be an optional character in the original one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could beat it without her ever joining your team.
Interesting.
I've never done it personally.
Or you might not even ever run into her.
That's technically true. Yeah, you could just never.
So it's like a visual novel, like, and now the hidden character pops out of nowhere. If you after you ask certain prompts, and you get the main character coming out. All right,
something like that. That's basic. And I didn't know that for a long time because, like I said, I feel like I fought her like the first time, but she kept running away, and then you get the secret. I figured that out. Like, oh, okay, if she keeps leaving by doing this, then the opposite must be true. And it's like, sure enough, that was the truth. So, yeah, there's that. But yes, the real question, gentlemen, which girl did we pick on the beach?
Okay, wait.
Aerith?
Okay, wait.
Is Yuffie included?
Well, technically, she's not really an option, I would argue.
I'm assuming, because I'm trying to which choice we're talking about here. Is it the one in which...
When you change the outfits and you go meet at the beach before Hojo shows up.
Yeah, I always pick Aerith.
Aerith, you're an Aerith man? All right, Frank.
Wait, let's see.
Not surprised.
Wait, how did that work out?
I just feel like Tifa's going to want to go out too much.
I want someone who's going to stay at home. Let me play my Hades.
I just want, like...
Let's just chill.
Going out would be like a walk around the block. She's going to want to go, like, on long road trips.
What do you want, Tifa? Let's go, baby.
Dancing, do you bars...
You don't really choose, but you could kind of like you could lean a favor or not. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I found this out because I was Yes, because for those who don't know, this minor spoiler, with the two girls, they have a choice of two choices for the outfits for their swimsuits, basically they wear to the beach. And Cloud also has a similar choice where he has two choices. And if you choose the matching set that Cloud wears, their likeness meter goes up significantly.
Yeah, so I chose both of them.
Okay, so for you just cheated. Oh, well,
how
classic
did you choose
Mouth.
both?
Well, because it fits in. Because I didn't like the other outfits anyway. But it's like Cloud's wearing his outfit, and so it's like, you know, this one seemed more, I guess, Tifa-esque and more Aerith. It felt more to her personality, I guess. So I chose, I guess, the breezy because there was like bold.
The shirt or shirtless?
Yeah.
With Cloud.
The shirt.
I would pick shirtless Tifa if I could.
Nah. Well, she's not wearing a shirt.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, that's a good. Damn it. Objection. But yeah, no, yeah, that's if we're talking about that, yeah, I chose both in the match, and so therefore I guess they're both the same. Like right now, I guess.
So they both significantly went up.
Yeah.
How about you, Frank? Did that happen for you as well, or did you?
I have no idea. I have no idea how that works. So I was just like, just do what I want.
It happened. What happened? Well, I made the fool's choice, and apparently I the original course, Aerith. I had great fame with Tifa, and then I pulled the bites the dusto and then clicked. It went backwards to fix it. And made sure Tifa was the one that was the correct choice. I was like, whew, dodge that bullet.
So I guess you lose points if you.
Well, it's not so much you lose points, but it's just like a double plus versus just a single plus.
Because I think I learned with Yuffie later on that I did something wrong. I guess I lost points with her.
I get on the responses with the Mass Effect wheel.
Yeah, because
I did play with that as well.
And that's the thing, because it sounded probably have a response doing that for one, just a timer, which I hate. I don't know why.
That timer is still small.
Because
way too small.
Because you're supposed to try and read the choices.
Right.
Every time you read the choices,
time is up.
That's it. And she chose this. It's like I didn't.
Save scum is my answer to this problem.
Well, but it's just like why is there a timer to begin with? Because they're not. When there are situations like, when he's asking, do you want more info? Like,
it's not like Sephiroth's coming around the corner like, here I come, Cloud. You better make a choice.
But it's just weird having, like, why is there a timer in those responses, in general? But then when I do quests and that, when I had a kind of a similar wheel pop up, there's no timer when I could choose to choose the wheel in those situations. I
think what the game wants is for you to choose what you instinctively want to choose and not think about, is this going to make her happy or him happy? And they want you to have like a real result and not something that you engineered.
Right. Yeah. Now Tifa, we gotta make it official here. As soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
What are we doing with Tifa?
Everything. We're doing everything with Tifa. So yeah, I did go backwards and I was curious to speak about that since I love the decision making, the Mass Effect wheel in video games in general. And I was curious how that worked in this game. And there really is like one right answer when it comes to like getting the most points if you're trying to boost anyone's relationship, sooner than later, which I don't think really matters. Maybe when you get to the Golden Saucer, perhaps it'll matter, would be my guess from original 7. But yes, there is basically, like I said, there's one right answer. And it's funny because if you choose the right answer, the dialogue goes a little bit longer. Well, if you choose the wrong, it's just like, what's wrong with you, Cloud? And like the conversation just kind of like moves on a little bit quicker. So, yes, for those who, I guess, somewhat spoiler teaser, if they talk longer, you probably made the right choice.
All I know is I think I did the same thing again, in which, like in Remake, I think, because both, I did all the quests and all the quests in that game, like includes to each, Tifa and Aerith, and then there's one moment which you had to choose between one or the other,
which I did not realize that was a thing.
And then once you did that, then like good congratulations, you're on this route,
Right.
And I think I did that again.
Oh, it's like, which one do you reach for first, right? Decides that?
Yeah, because they both fall down, right? And then the prompt comes, it's like which one do you pick up first? Like, what do you pick up both?
Yeah, that was like the one choice in Remake there was.
And apparently, if you do that, you get the cutscene.
Secret cutscene, question mark.
But I think I did that again because I think a moment with when you fight against the octopus, Hojo's octopus creature.
I did wonder about that. I wanted to Google it, but I never did.
Because your party splits up. Like you go help, Aerith and Red fight over here, or hit Barrett and Tifa on the other end. And I was like, obviously, and I think in my head it's like, well, obviously, based on my character builds, it's like, well, obviously they're gonna struggle more if I'm not there to help them. So I wouldn't, because I guess that's a problem that also this game is that there's so many different characters now. That's
there's
hard,
more.
but be like it's almost getting kind of too weird how like you can switch the party members switch in, switch out, but they're all there.
Well, the biggest problem is you can't switch out Cloud. If you can switch out Cloud for someone else, then it's fine.
Does that bother you too?
It does bother. At first, I was like, you're over exaggerating. And I'm like, oh, Frank is absolutely right. Fuck this. Which is this true, Frank? Since you're on New Game Plus mode, can you switch him out now? No, I thought I saw it on the internet that supposedly I don't know if that's true or not, Frank.
I don't think so.
Give it a shot and report back to us, Frank.
Okay.
Report back to us.
I'll text you as soon as I get home.
Please let me know because
the questions need to be answered here.
Because when I was doing the skill chart, especially when Yuffie joins up, it's like a lot of things were like, well, Yuffie's best when she's at these two characters and neither one's Cloud. So I'm like, well, then how do I make this team up if Cloud's always in the fucking way? And I looked it up and it's like, is there a way to get Cloud out of the team? It's like a New Game Plus mode. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's weird because when you do New Game Plus, they tell you like everything that's new and they didn't mention
that. Was mentioned. Yeah, that'd be a big thing to mention.
Well, I didn't even try. I'm like, that was the first thing I would try.
It's weird because we have moments in the game in which obviously the party splits up and then here's these characters are going to do this quest now. So the possibility is there, but it's just not to include that when you're all together, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the narrative beats is fine when you can't do that, but when you're all together as a team, you give me the damn choice game.
I wish they had sort of a system of like Final Fantasy X. We can swap.
Oh yeah.
That's
in the DLC coming out probably.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that would be nice to be able to do that.
Or just have two sets of teams, and you know how you can press like L1 or move to the sides the D-pad,
right,
and you can switch characters. Have like that same switching, but you could like switch teams.
Right, in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I totally forgot about it, but yes, 100% right.
Yeah, because it's weird because they're all there, they're all fight along anyway.
So just let me switch the team on the fly. It's like, oh, this guy's too weak against ice. Well, let me get my ice guy out here.
And that would like right now because you're kind of incentivized for most of the game to just have one good party.
Right.
Like there's no reason to work on the people that are not on the main three.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could swap them in and out, be like, all right, you're my fire person, you're my this person, you're
right,
whatever. Or like, oh, there's a flyer, let's not use red.
Ooh, red's not good. Get red out of here. So this is his disadvantage right here.
And that's another thing though. It is weird that like, especially when I'm gonna say her name wrong yet. Yuffie joins the party. It's like, and then you guys like, well, all the teams are me right now.
I did. When she joined the team, I had to throw out the books and start again.
It's like, well, she joined the team. All right, Barrett or Red. Which one is gonna go? Because only one of you's got to go.
I did have to remanage my teams. This is true.
And I said, and I feel like the way how you got like everyone's saying like there's more characters also down the way, so it's gonna get more ridiculous as we keep going.
Well, there's one more. No, Frank, without getting into too many spoilers. Is there one more that joins your party officially as a fighter?
This game?
Yes.
No, you're done.
Oh, that's...
You got Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Barrett, Red, Yuffie, right?
Right. That's it?
Oh, yes, I forgot.
I don't blame you, Frank, because that character did also not make my list.
I was like, wait, I'm having 5 fingers out. What's going on?
That character always made me head scratch a little. I understand the point of the character, but at the same time, like, I don't like you, though.
I like him more in this game.
Okay, I am curious.
My brother hates him. Like, he doesn't like the voice. I don't mind it.
Does he still have the accent?
Has he talked already?
Well, I haven't seen him yet, but in Avid Children and stuff.
Oh, I don't remember the accent.
Oh yeah, I think he has like a Scottish or something.
Yeah.
Oh, they kept that part, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool.
You know how the whole dynamic between the party and that character happened?
Right, yes.
I was always confused as to why he did what he did.
Me too.
And I feel like it kind of makes a little more sense in this one.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I feel like in this game overall, I feel like there are certain segments I feel like might have been an issue or later on, but they feel like they like what you mentioned with Sephiroth on the boat. You know, like clearly I guess like so it was like this was a thing people complain about this thing, and now we fixed it, so now it makes a little more sense.
It does seem like a lot of the story beats are a little bit cleaner and simpler. Haha, fitting, I suppose.
Because
it's gonna get that way, huh?
I don't remember what his motivations were in the original. So I want to go back if it's the same thing and I just missed it.
Right.
Well, all right, Frank,
I think I know what they are, but because of spoilers,
just play
I can't
again,
say.
Frank, and let us know because you're almost
I have
going
to kick Miles out of the room.
I do want to play the original again. I just don't want to do it by myself. I want to play it with somebody who's never played it before, because otherwise.
What you up to, Miles?
Me? I think he's talking about me. Is that what's going on?
So I just like, because I feel like I just played it, even though it's been like 5 years since I played it.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I thought there was something for the news. Apparently, I forgot. And next month, I think Final Fantasy the original Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, all the. I guess they're going off the PlayStation Plus.
Oh.
The whatever premium.
If you have the Super Pass.
Yeah, because they announced that today, like, literally today, that they're gonna pull it off next month. It's like cool, but
Well, if you have the PlayStation 1 version, you're fine, or PS2.
well, I guess no 8. No, someone got 8 or 9 got a remaster. I think it was 8.
9 has not been remastered.
I don't like the way they made Rena.
Oh, right. You mentioned this about 8. They made it too clean or something?
No, it's just her face is. They put a different face.
That's true. Their faces are. I've seen a little bit of it.
Don't worry. When they remake it like everything else, because we'll keep the train going here.
She like died and they put in the stunt.
Stunt double.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, that's like I said. Once again, if you have the PS1 copy, you're still golden. That's the way to be.
Yeah, but I guess let's go about the open world for a second. So, how you guys feel about the repetitiveness of the open world segment?
Find the summons, fight these monsters.
Then yeah.
I wish the summons had.
I think there's too many summons now. 'Cause now I don't know what to do.
Well, there's always been. I mean, that's Final Fantasy. It's half of it is summons.
I wish it wasn't like that. The summons. I wish it was maybe part of the story. Not like, oh, this summon is gonna help you because he's like. I wish it was more like just do a quest and we found the legendary Ifrit or whatever.
Right.
But just doing it as a simulation is a bit weird for me. I wish it was that. I would do. Kind of wish it was different. It's cool fighting them. It'd be nice, like if you do get them differently, and then once you have them, okay, now you can do the simulation stuff.
Right. I guess do you? Out of curiosity, Frank, did you beat the summon first in the simulation, then got the power up crystals, or you got the crystals and then you fought him in the simulator?
I don't. It's like almost impossible to beat him.
I didn't try. I didn't realize that until after the fact. Like, oh, you can beat them if you don't find the crystals, but they're a lot harder.
Yeah.
And I just been like, well, I've been checking the boxes, so it's like, well, I guess I'm gonna fight them the easiest because I can.
I wish it was. To me, it would have made more sense, I guess, if beating it, because you can still go back to the hard difficulty.
Yeah.
If they give you something for that.
I was gonna ask you that.
Because my brother kept going back, and he's like, oh, because I haven't beaten this one on the
highest difficulty.
Yeah. And I'm like, why are you doing that?
And you get nothing, right?
You already have them. You already have the power up.
Right.
Come on, we got a time. The time's ticking. Let's go.
Can't let Sephiroth get away.
No. I just want to see if I'm strong enough now. I'm like, okay.
It is funny though. I guess like tangent is the guys in the robes are just like fodder. They're just like one of them gets picked up by that Connor. Is like, all right, well he's gone. That was like a joke. Now it's just kind of feel bad. Like these are real people who like tragic backstories, but like they're not just like a punching bag for the story.
Well, it is weird because the way how I'm, because I don't know the events of the original game, but it is weird that there's a lot of them that keep showing. Like one or two is like fine, right? But like they're coming out from somewhere around here.
Someone's been very busy.
They keep now, especially even more so when they now can transform attention, and it's like, but this guy's like, oh, he fell off the cliff. Oh darn.
Oh wow.
Well, anyway, let's move on.
He's like nonchalant. Oh wow. They're all zombies anyway.
It is very weird because they're all the same, and they all keep coming back out anyway, even though like did he die? And, like the Connor was hilarious because like there he goes. That's
it for him.
Anyway, I meant at least in this game, it doesn't seem like it's too. There's not kind of absurdity like I remember from like Remake, in which like we're doing the Hell House and we're finding weird creatures. Like this seems pretty much for the most part been a constant same.
Well, it's consistent at least.
Yeah, because there was like this like total distance from being section doesn't blow up or whatever, right? But then it's like at the same time, it's like let's do some crazy shit around here. And And let's do it.
Some side quests.
Cross-dressing, dancing around. You know, there's like the weird juxtaposition here is like pretty much for better for worse the same kind of.
It is funny to see the callbacks of remake characters showing up in, at least in that part of the world, which is like, oh, okay, I guess we could do something with these characters. Why not? And
like who?
There's the dancing guy and the I don't know, I want to call the
masseuse lady.
Yeah, I guess yeah. What was their specialty?
She massages your hands.
Right, that's what she does in the. I forgot about that. It comes I forgot about that. That's funny. But yeah, they show up in the. Did you do that part? The Queen's Blade tournament on the ship, Frank?
Yes.
Did you become the Yu-Gi-Oh master?
Of course.
There you go. That was
that thing was too easy. That game was like, once you know strategy Queen's Blade, you could like it's like a breeze.
It does. I admit it. I was getting my ass kicked for a while until I realized like similar to Miles, but not so much to like if you take over the spacing, but it's more like you know that they're gonna take over the spacing, so you wait for them to fuck up, and then you take over the space.
Yeah, and then boom, boom, and
then it's kind of you won after you wait. Because I always kept like, if I advance faster, I'll beat them to it, but it doesn't work that way. It's like no, you always want to go second because you'll overwrite their position.
Yeah, because
like Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, because you wait for them to put a spot in there first, then you unless it's next to your spot, take it over, boom, boom, and then they literally cannot advance, and then you win the match. You know, and then just like just put like I'll put like a little mine. I have the little chocobo guy. Just put him in there like a boost, and I just like overwhelm all my opponents.
Yeah, so it's I like the game, but the Queen's Blade part of the game. But at the same time, it's like sometimes just like, especially in that part in like the mines, like, can I just get the fuck out of these mines already? I'm just done with these mines. Well, now you're with Barrett and you're shooting rocks on them. It's like, I don't want to shoot no fucking rocks. Get me out of here.
Here's a tangent about that one. Do you chose the Barrett route or you chose the Yuffie route?
I don't think I'm what you're at. Question mark. I'm talking about early on when you beat after the swamp. Unless we're talking about the same.
Like the Mithril cave.
Whoops.
Oh yeah, okay. Spoilers. Decisions have to be made.
I'm in that last part. Just cut it out.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Spoilers.
Yuffie.
Oh, Yuffie and Luffy and all the Yuffie's peoples. What was? Oh yes, but yeah, that part was just like, man, I just want to get out of here, move on to the next story beat. Thankfully, you do get there, and when you get to what is the town before the port, or the one where you meet the president again?
Junon.
There you go, Junon. That I really liked because I remember Junon in the original game, and to see it all PS5 down was like, whoa, this is crazy. And yeah, the silly mini games with the marching is like, it's cute and it's fun, but to me it's just like, it's neat to, like I said, it's the remembering what I remember from the PS1 days to see it really fleshed out and in 3D. I thought was very impressive, and in particular that town and setting. Like I said, I remember that from the original game.
I like finding all the soldiers.
Yeah, that's silliness. Gotta catch them all.
Captain, you gotta get Captain. You gotta. Oh shit, it's the captain. Oh yeah, we're gonna go right now. And then we're already marched to the kind of like high stroll.
They got some unique marching going on over there,
and it's like that can't be helpful to do.
And you could set up the marching to increase the difficulty. Did you guys know? I stumbled upon that shit.
Well, I found everybody, and it's like just so if I boosted, then I could win the.
I was very confused on that part. I just made everything level 2 because I'm like, well, in the middle's gotta be good.
I did. I got all
I think so.
I got all mine at heart, or I stacked everything that way.
I got president three commendation or whatever it was.
Yeah, I got that too.
Which, without getting spoilers, Frank, that part was different. No, with the president, or am I high?
Yeah, it's different because I don't think he ever offers
like a whole okay. Because I was thinking like it was one of those.
I don't even remember why they dressed up in the original one.
I think just to stow away to get on the ship.
Yeah.
That's because that's what I'm saying. Like they really like elaborated and like made this whole thing into a thing. While in the game, there was a punch the guy. Because his costume, we're done.
In this one, they're like, we want to get close to the president, and in the other one, if I'm not mistaken, it's like, let's just sneak into the boat.
That's what exactly. That's what I remember. Yeah. So like I said, like the idea to flesh it out and really give like a feel and a vibe to that town.
Oh, so that's how that worked. The fact that. The whole, because I never understood that part about the boat. It was like, so that the boat was just there in the port, and they just kind of like just hide it back, and there you go, and boom, you're done. And it felt weird how the bolt's just there and they kind of just like got in and just moved on with the rest of the story. While like assuming the original one, you just punch somebody, literally go in the boat and that's it.
No, they dress up and they kind of get caught. Like, hey, you guys are like shouldn't be here. Go, the parade's starting. So they're like they didn't want to participate in the parade. They were just gonna like get the uniform and sneak in, but they're like forced to do it, and like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, exactly. They're more like caught off guard versus like we need to get to the president. So yeah, it's similar, but the motivations is a little different. So I was just kind of curious to be like, this is different than I remember. But like I said, the overall see the difference is pretty night and day and very cool. And yeah, I think overall, it took me a while because I haven't played it since our last conversation, basically for the podcast. And then when I picked it up, I was like, oh god, do I want to do this? But then when you kind of get to Junon and you get to Coast of the Soul or whatever it is, I'm like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy, here we go. I'm getting a little bit more into it, so I'm kind of glad I got into it a little bit more. And with the silly like Johnny quests, I guess the big giant side quests you do with him. And all the shadow clone jutsus of him. That was like silly. As a Naruto fan, I'm like, I see, I get it.
I see you actually like there's more of you. What do you mean there's more of you? And like
it's pretty silly.
I see you're all, like off the side because I was like one's like you got to pay attention. Like I was actually like kind of shaking her head or
right,
she's like
oh.
I'm like wait there's we're not done. What do you mean there's more? Like your reactions are hilarious, especially like. My best one was when she just like had her whole spiel about like Material Hunter, right. And Cloud's like cool, and he just walks like and he just walks away. That's like the most.
She is very anime for sure.
She's cool.
And Cloud's almost anti-anime, I'm no.
I need to use her. I haven't gotten a chance to really use her on the team since I was too busy because I messed up and I didn't start the side quest, and so then I had to go back and like retrace my steps a little bit. And that's where I left off. But I did pretty much. I think I got to the edge of the town until you get to Barrett's town.
Yeah, because where I last, I guess I just got to the town. I guess I went through the mountain, and I guess now I'm at the town, Northern Corral.
That sounds correct.
I don't know why I say Corral or Corral, but it's like Corral. Yeah.
Like the actor.
Yeah, something went wrong here. It's just like.
A lot of history there, if it's assuming it's the same as I remember.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I guess I'm kind of curious how going forward because I think that we're getting more detailed backstories of all the other characters now. So we get more their background and more. Well, I mean, it's very interesting, I guess, where we're leading off to next.
Story.
And then there's the goofy. The problem I have the material because the material I feel like I'm losing the idea of exactly what everything was what like there's faith and bravery, which don't do the same as protect and shell, and because
they're opposites. I think
they get very. I guess getting more convoluted. I guess.
Well, they get very nerdy.
It's like, dude.
What I get confused with is like barrier and mana wall, and I'm like protect.
Right, one's magic, right, and one's physical. I think that's the difference.
But there's like barrier, shell, mana wall,
and one's protect. Right, and there's one that does. I
feel like there's one that does both. Two that do both.
Yes, there's yes.
Like, so which one's better?
I forget, but one of them does do both. I want to say which one.
Yeah, because they said we had a little bit of remake, but here I feel like we're getting more like.
There's a lot of more material in this game,
and it's like.
And actually, now do the enemy skill? Yay! Because I never knew how to do that in remake.
Oh yeah, that remake version, I think it's like you had to defeat the enemy with the skill on in order for you to acquire said ability. Well, just
use it and in training will unlock new abilities. All right, works for me.
And I just give it to Red because I don't know what else to do with Red.
There you go. Give him something to do. Here's something to play with, boy.
Yeah, because I don't. And it's funny. It's like because after the end of the day, it's like like you said, it's like you have your main three guys. You may be able to one or two other characters in case those guys. You're doing a quest in which you had to play it as them only, right? It's hard to manage the most characters we have in this game now, I guess. But that's just.
Wait till you get to Fire Emblem. You don't know pain yet.
Nah.
And this character, what, +1, +2, and then you had to get a +5 lance, and just got to keep going up.
Baby's level. Speaking of which, curiosity, gentlemen, what is your go-to 3-man team, your main team for Final Fantasy Rebirth so far?
Well,
What was your go-to answer?
is this including Cloud or like are we like?
Well,
is this my dream team?
Well, you kind of have to have. We could do both. What's the one you had to have Cloud, and if you could take out, who would you substitute?
I'll start with who I would like. So Yuffie, Aerith, and Red. So Red is my tank, Aerith is my magic person, and Yuffie's my attacker. That would be like my dream team. But you have to have Cloud, so it's
right. That's not happening. At least not yet.
Then it's Cloud, Aerith, and Yuffie.
Okay. So Yuffie's part
forget
of
the
the
tank.
team.
Forget the tank. No, it's just I would think I would. I think most of the time I didn't use Aerith, and it was mostly Red and Yuffie. But like if you're telling me like what's optimal, then I think Yuffie and Aerith, and I like that because I feel like although I like the idea of Red and I like him as a character, I feel he's kind of hard to use.
Well,
I can see that.
A lot of his pretty much, you kind of have to guard and kind of like build his meter up, then get to vengeance mode, and that's where the real power,
massive damage.
I don't know. He's kind of like a tank, but I feel like I don't know how to use him because I keep dying when I try to use him as a tank. So
yeah, I think when it comes to the tank, I think Barrett's the easier one to choose.
Yeah, especially if you get you get his skill, the lifesaver skill. That's like easy. Oh, he's the tank guy.
You could take the damage all day.
Cause I guess in my case, I've been using mostly it's Cloud, Barrett, and then Yuffie. And I guess my sub team after that is Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith. But the problem with Tifa is that if you don't have elemental for her, she's kind of more harder to use because she's just mostly physical attacks, really, right?
Right.
Or that's her strength is physical attacks. And and Aerith, I just dumped all like the fire and ice and all the
just magic all day.
And she's ready to go rock and roll, yes. But she also charges up too. I do like the fact they changed her moveset, so you have to worry about Tempest. It's built into her now, so it's a triangle button. The thing where Aerith was like, you have to constantly worry about MP, right?
Right.
And Cloud's pretty much like he goes I guess my primary here because he's an auto healer or auto spell user. So so no matter if I'm not playing as him, he'll heal everyone in the party.
Oh, interesting.
And then when he's not, then he's just pretty much I guess my protect and shield guy or no protect and shell person. And then Yuffie's pretty much haste and was it slow or no, I don't actually have that yet. But it's just after a while because you only get certain roles, right? But and it's like, but you'll know what people are gonna split apart eventually, right?
Well, yeah, that obviously you can't control that part, but when you have full control of your party,
I know it's very hard to get equipment. I think they got downgraded this game from another game because at least in Remake, there was a reason to switch weapons, right? To switch, it's like, this boosts this boosts that. While in Rebirth, pretty much it's like, just use this weapon till you get the skill, and then go back to your Buster Sword or original weapon, right? There's no real reason for you to use said. Say you get like a new weapon, like for somebody, right? You use
right, and I get what you're saying, but I guess I don't see the difference between the two. Because that's what I did in Remake. Is as soon as I learned the best, I'm like, all right, back to whatever I prefer. If I'm making Cloud a physical user, back to the physical sword. If I'm making a magic user, back to the magical sword.
Oh, okay. Maybe just me. What's it? Skill? What's it called? Skill issue?
I'm not sure it's really that.
But it's maybe my way of understanding it. But for guys, having tons of fun. Going through. Everyone's going through the world intel, and between the world intel for the actual the moving on with progress of the story.
Gotta get those bubbles up,
and because that's you get the good material or the weird ass material out of if you do that, and we'll see where the game goes. I'm kind of curious, and I think we're getting more. I would say darker. We're getting more like backstory of the other reactors, I guess. Because they don't really talk about Midgar so much. The first game, bro, because you already been in Midgar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like there's other reactors out there, and they all do weird.
Oh yes, there's more power plants, I guess.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see the background and story of that, especially in Barrett's sound, because it seems like people are upset at him.
They perhaps people remember some
people
things.
Dislike him. There's a active
Boo, we don't
down.
like you.
a thumbs down there, and it's kind of like.
And not just because he's black.
And he has a last name. Do you know that?
I mean, they all do. I think it technically says in the menus.
Oh man, because it's one of those things because I go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was.
Then I think about it, I can't recall what it is on top of my head right now.
Who, Wallace?
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
And then because I blame him. Right, because like Wallace like where
Oh,
like
The one I can
The
remember.
Wire?
Yeah, I don't know why that.
Wallace? Where you at?
What's all? Because
Where Wallace at?
and I was like, who's Wallace?
Who even gets this reference, by the way?
And I just
Wire
like,
fans.
I just like, and I was like, Bear. Like, look at Bear.
I knew it.
That's not your real name.
Stringer Bell?
No. It's a weird, like, it's a mismatch all at the same time. Like, what? And I do like how, in fact, the Bear always has shades somehow. Like, when a cool moment happens, like, I got this.
Isn't it the other guy?
No, Bear has shades.
No, well, yeah, but that's the other guy's more shtick. What's his name again? The bald guy.
Rude?
Rude, that's what it is. He always has like a pair of shades every time he breaks one.
Maybe. Well, maybe both have the same shit.
There you go. Well, that was funny. They go to the club there in the town.
Oh, yeah, the Gladstone. Wait,
I had to look that shit up. Like, what does that mean? And like, apparently, it's like the old school way of saying you're going bald, basically.
Yeah, you gotta shave your head.
And so it's like, oh, well, there you go. Learn something new today.
All right. I guess anything else? I guess regards to where we're at now, because I think we'll be the next time we come back here for this game. I guess will be what we either the end or we'll get to
right. Now I have to plan out because now I think about I misremembered Frank's schedule, so maybe at the end of May.
We'll have to finish this game more quickly than we
right, because Frank will be on vacation for most of June.
I would be in Costa del Sol.
There you go. There you go. He's gonna have to.
Or you get your
pick the right beach outfit and everything.
Your loud reef, right?
Yes.
We're gonna see you on the Segway and everything.
Yeah, you gotta be on the Segway because that way you're not really vacation unless you're on the Segway on the beach because
so yes,
mowing down people down the beach.
Take them all out. So yes, hopefully. My guess would be late May. We'll talk about it. Hopefully we could bring Richard back and do a full proper 4-man spoiler podcast where all the secrets will be revealed and Frank will beat it for the 5th time by then.
Yeah.
And Frank like, oh, you didn't do it already? Get on my level.
Like I said, he's gonna fly to Japan, get his hands on the newest game.
Yeah, they already called him up for the
Nomura's already on speed dial.
Yeah, ready for
hey Frank, I need you to play this new build. Tell me if it's good or not.
Yeah.
I did want to mention some stuff. I was just listening. I don't want to say too much about because
they're all dead.
The material, there is a lot, but I feel like in this game, it's useless.
It feels a little bit more.
Well, yeah.
That
Well,
way.
I think more so now because there are skills in the book that you level up that like oh no, I don't have a fire spell, but I need fire.
Yeah,
and
that's.
I wish that wasn't a thing because it's like, well, now I have this and it's free of MP. Why would I want to waste my MP?
Why would you, exactly?
But I think because if you get that ability, then you unlocks.
Yeah,
but you get fire A or alpha.
It makes your regular fire stronger. But me, I'm thinking stronger fire or free fire.
Right. I like free.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the synergy ones do kind of break the game after a bit because then if you just do enough ATB bars, then you do synergy moves.
Yeah, I spend my time doing that.
Unlimited MP. Unlimited MP.
So, also, I feel like Yuffie kind of makes me lazy. Because you could do her ninjutsu and just set it to whatever element you want.
Oh, yeah, I did see. I see.
So I'm like, Aerith, you're off the clock.
Take a break.
I know you have all the elements, but now I got Yuffie.
There you go.
So that's kind of why I didn't use Aerith too much. So that's what I wanted to say about materials. Like, I feel like in this game, it's less important.
That's true.
And the other one, I was like, ooh, I need this equipment that has all these slots because there's not enough material I can have.
Right.
Yeah.
And this one is like steadfast. It's like, it's not. It felt more impactful in the other one.
True.
Yeah.
I feel like there's too much Sephiroth in these games, Remake and Rebirth.
Yeah.
I would like him to be more like, yes, show him a couple of times, but he appears too much and it loses the effect of his villainous.
Right. I agree.
So that's one thing that I kind of wish there was less of. The weapons. I do think there is a difference. Okay, there's one thing I don't understand. When you switch a weapon, it ask you a question of like you want to transfer like the stats, and I have no idea what it transfers. So that I'm confused about. But you switch the weapons because like the Buster Sword is like the all around one.
Yeah,
even
though
I think it's all around one.
And then some of them have like more magic, more attack.
Right.
And the other thing I noticed, and the game doesn't even tell you, is if you switch, like for example, you have the Buster Sword and you go all the way to the bottom and it has those like glowing lights that you could put like 2 or 3 different skills. It's like attack plus 10 or
yes.
Yeah.
Those change with the weapon you have, so it's not all the same.
Yeah, I found that out recently, and
I'm like, why doesn't the game tell you this? Because it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Like one of the things is like for Yuffie, it's like it makes your ninjutsu like stronger or like last longer, or it gives you critical or like regen. I'm like, oh, these things are really different.
Like, that would be helpful to have.
And another thing I don't like about that is that when you switch the weapon, at least some of them are the same and some of them are different. Like I wish it would tell you like this one has these. I just have to like look.
You have to scroll down there and then click on them to remember.
Yeah, it's like.
Which is weird because then you could hit the touchpad to get all the material out. So you think you could do that with those things in mind, but no, you have to scroll all the way down to them.
Yeah. So
that's a good point.
So it does matter in that part where like it has different passive effects and it has a slightly different like attack or magic. But I feel like in this game it doesn't matter. Like just wear what you like and you'll get by.
There's also that too, I suppose.
I think you're the synergy, not skills, but the
warm-up attacks or the finisher attacks?
The warm-up attacks. You know,
right.
The R1 button.
Right, where you just spam everything, which I completely forgot about for like several hours, by the way.
Those things along with the synergy, like it solves everything. You know, you don't have to worry about anything.
I feel like in this game, you can choose whatever character you want. And you'll be fine. You could choose whatever weapon you want, whatever material, and you'll be fine. And in the original, I felt like I really had to think about it.
Right.
Like, okay, I don't like Barrett, but I'm gonna have you in my team.
Right.
Cause I need a tank right now. I'm getting my butt whipped.
Right.
Or I need a good healer. I need an attacker, but somebody that can get out of the way faster. So you do Tifa.
Right.
So I feel like everybody had their thing.
Right.
And having less stuff, having less characters gave everybody a unique perspective.
Right.
And now that there's just a lot, like,
you can make anyone do anything.
We have to include everybody.
Wow. It's very hard to choose your party members, you know?
Before you're stressing out over your mouth.
I just
so what has got to
I
go?
wish there was more uniqueness to
stats,
the
power.
Like I don't want everybody to be able to do fire.
Right.
I don't want everybody to be able to do this. Like so I want them to just do less things but
do them really well.
Be unique things.
Right.
Like so that's what's a bit of a like
it's good and bad, I guess, the way you look at it. Though I kind of agree with you overall. I kind of like having this person, this is their role in the party, and that's, makes my, like, I don't have to think as much.
Yeah, they did it. I think they did it just so that, like, in case you want to have 2 characters that you like and not really be too unbalanced.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like it could have worked. Like, that's why you, like, and then you could have made material important. Like, if one character's bad at this, then
you can make up for it.
Give them the material to fix it.
Make the bill where they would benefit.
So that was a bit of a bummer for me. I enjoyed the fighting more in the original one. And this one is just a little, it's easier and at the same time it's harder.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of like a lot. And
that it is.
I mini spoiler, but it's a skill where you team up with I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's Arif and Barrett. It's just like my favorite. Like I didn't even notice it until my brother pointed it out. Like I'm like, why do you keep using that one? And you know how you have like limit breaks, but like team up limit breaks.
Right.
There's a team up with Barrett, and they stand next to each other, and then they shoot something at the bad guy. But you see Barrett, he puts his shade on, and I'm like, okay, he does that all the time. And then my brother kept saying, "Oh, I just love it when the shades." I'm like, okay, I didn't know you were a big fan of.
He loves the shades. Gurren Lagann fan.
But then he's like, I'm not talking about Barrett. At that moment, Arif gets a pair and she puts the shades on
as well.
And it just looks funny. It's like, hey, she has her own pair to do a special attack with Barrett. I thought that was really funny.
That is funny.
So if you look forward to if you see a skill
On
or
the book, unlock it.
Barrett and Aerith is worth seeing. It like it's just funny.
All right, I'm gonna add to the list, Frank. I'm gonna add it to the list. I'm gonna ask you this, Frank, but I'm scared to ask you this. How many hours did it take you to beat the first playthrough?
About 100.
Okay.
120.
That's what I was like. 100. Okay. Ooh, 120. That's where.
But
the camel is down.
I did like all the quests. I did all the regions. I
Right.
did all the Queen's games.
So basically, I'm gonna do 120 hours. I hate myself.
What's that's the guy who played Fire Emblem how much times?
And
again?
that's how I know I'm basically just gonna get to 120 hours.
But I also did just like it'll probably maybe like 110.
100.
Because I do spend a lot of time just listening to music.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it, Frank. I'll take
I
it.
did learn how to take photos in the game. I've been doing that more, like filters.
In the Instagram.
Getting the pictures very familiar for this episode of the podcast.
You guys haven't gotten to a Gongaga region, huh?
Don't think so.
Oh yeah, no. I love the music there.
Okay.
I love the music there. I don't want to. I guess I should not talk.
All right. Enough with you, Frank. You've done enough talking.
Yeah,
this podcast.
it's gonna be because I want to talk about stuff beyond chapter 7.
All right.
And
I am curious. There's things I want to ask you, Frank, but because of spoilers in this, then I'll have to be patient.
ask me and I won't answer. That way I get the fix of being asked, and then you just remain the same.
There you go. So I just get screwed. All right, that makes sense. So no, I will hold off my questions and save them for our big final spoilers, where everything will be talked about and up for grabs at that point in time. Because I know our first episode we talked about where will this game end, and I still ponder that as sometimes we very molasses move our way through this story. So I am curious to see how far we get to the end of this
Think of the
game.
world intel, though, right? Think of the world intel.
Yes. And
think about the material you get for the world intel.
The way it's moving, and that the fact we unlocked, I think, all of our, quotation marks, unlock, at least run into all our playable main characters in the original game, makes me go, how are we going to do that? How far and how are we going to do this? And my God, how big is that third game going to fucking be? I'm curious. If I remember my Final Fantasy VII lore, I'm curious to see how far we get there. But we'll save that till the end of May, most likely. So stay tuned to the podcast, and I'm sure we'll promote it when it's finally happening, so you don't miss the big spoiler cast.
Yeah, spoiler cast scenario. So I think we all had fun, I guess, right, gentlemen, with this nonsense?
Pretty good. It was definitely worth the full price of admission.
All
thousands of hours.
We barely got up a gosh darn mountain.
It's a big mountain.
So I guess we'll wrap it up for today, since I think we've been there for way longer. Probably we should have probably. So that was a great rendition of the Taku podcast. Tune in next time, which next time will be our previews for spring. Okay, so I don't keep saying something else. Spring anime 2024, in which we're gonna get some. We're gonna see some things that made it, some things that do not, I guess. According to Ivan, one already went out already, even though you only watched one episode.
We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be a surprise twist. It'll make the hell of a comeback.
So until then, we'll catch you guys next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.